So in this video, I'm going to break down PetLab Co's Facebook ads funnel. As you can see, I'm going to go in depth. I broke everything down. I did a really thorough analysis of their funnel, and we're going to go over and everything from every funnel step from the actual ad, which is the first touch point, up until the post purchase. Okay, so without wasting time, let's just jump into it. So first thing that I wanted to go over is the ads, of course. And I also create a foreplay board. You're also going to have access to this document. I'm going to leave a link to it so you can check it out. You can check all the funnel steps on your end. You can, go out more even deeper analysis that I did. But just to get started immediately, I saved some of their ads. The biggest thing I'm noticing is that they're running a lot of mini VSLs. They're not running a lot of like typical UGC that a lot of brands is running. Mainly like mini VSLs from 30 seconds up to 2 to 3 minutes. So not too long form, but mini VSL. So let me just play one, and then we can break it down. I'm not sure if you can hear the audio, but I'm just gonna let it play. So instead of just letting it play fully, I'm just gonna like stop here, and just to kind of explain this creative. Something I've noticed amongst older ads is that they are targeting colder audiences. They're really like geared for problem aware and unaware prospects. So not really like product aware or people that is already aware of the brands, but they really try to tap into people that is unaware, right? And these are the hardest audiences to crack because imagine just taking somebody that has never heard about your brand and converting them into a customer in one shot. It's difficult, right? As opposed getting somebody that has already heard about your product and just selling to them is much easier. Those are the hardest ones to crack, but enable you for the most scale because it really opens up the funnel to a lot of more people, right? Just taking somebody that has never heard about your brand and convincing them that they need to buy, um, enables you for the most scale. So this is the biggest thing they're doing, and that's why I think they're killing it because they're really able to convert cold prospects, like selling to cold traffic at scale, and they have an amazing funnel that enables them to do that, right? So the first step is the top of the funnel ad. They're running mainly in feed mini VSLs. Their ads are speaking a lot to problem aware and unaware audiences. And just side note, how can you also, from your end, if you analyze other brands, how can you figure out what's the targeting, what awareness level the ad is targeting? The biggest thing is just looking at the on ramp, which is the hook and the on ramp. So how does the ad start? Does it start by presenting the product? Does it start by presenting a problem, or does it just simply start with just getting people attention, education, maybe building curiosity, right? So just to give you a better example, this ad, let's just play the first 10 seconds. So as you can see, they say three signs your dog's got is crying out for help, right? So they're not really starting with this is the problem that your dog is experiencing. Here's the solution. That would be more for like if you're trying to speak to a problem aware person, that's how they would start. But here instead, they just said three signs your dog got is crying out for help. So if a person that has a dog, right, they just come across this ad, their dog might not have these signs, but just simply because they tell them three signs your dog got is crying out for help. So three signs you should look for. They like, oh, let me just stop. Like maybe my dog also has these three signs. So then they get injected into the video. They start consuming the video. There's more education. They agitate the problem afterwards, and then they essentially convince them that even if their dog doesn't have that problem in that moment, it might arise in the future. And then they get into the advertorial, the next step of the funnel, and potentially buy. Right. So I would consider this to be an ad crafted for an unaware audience because they're really able to stop the scroll of, and this is relevant for pretty much any dog parent, right? It doesn't have your dog doesn't necessarily have to have a problem, but just simply because you also have a dog and you love your dog, you want to make sure that they're gonna have a healthy life in the long run. you might just stop and just listen because it's educational. 3 sounds your dog got is crying out for help. So it's actually like educational, like they add value to the person watching. But then at the same time, they're able to just get their attention enough for them to stay and consume their content and potentially get into the next step of the funnel and buy the product, right? So I don't want to go on a rant here, but you get the point. So that's the first thing that they are doing, right? That's the first touch point. Mini VSLs. Then once people clicks, right? So let's just open this up. Let's just go through the funnel. So, and here you can also see with foreplay, you can see the landing page. So let me just open it up. What's going on? So once they click, they get into the next step of the funnel, right? So they stop the scroll, right? There's a great pre-frame. What's going on? Let me open this up. Okay. So already in my opinion, the creator is doing a lot of heavy lifting. But then not only that, they just get into another pre-sale page, which is either a quiz or an advertorial. Okay. So in this case, this is the quiz, but they're also running a lot of advertorials. They're not sending, traffic directly to the PDP. In some ads, I noticed that probably like 20% of their ads is straight to the PDP. The rest, again, all these ads are for cold prospects, cold audiences. And as a rule of thumb, the more cold the prospect you're trying to sell to is, the longer your sales page, your sales letter, your landing page should be, because there's a level of education and education that you need to have. You need to have to sell to a cold prospect that you don't need to have with a person that is warmer, right? So that's the second step. They have a quiz funnel, so you can just find out more. So again, they get their attention. Okay, your dog might have these problems. Find out more about it, right? Here they say, okay, studies show that an imbalanced gut is connected to the. So then they agitate the problem, and then they have the quiz. So you can continue here. So here you have the quiz. So how much does your dog weigh? Let's just put here, and then yes. And then they have the quote unquote product recommendation, which is not really a product recommendation, because either way, even if they say they have like different answers to the quiz, it still drives them to this specific product. So it's not really like personalized, but from a person that has a dog, just by them telling, okay, my dog actually weights this instead of this, or my dog is this age versus this, it already gives them it makes them feel like, okay, this is a super personalized thing, right? So they just click and then they go to the PDP, or they also have the advertorial. Okay, so here I also have the link. Traffic is sent to either an advertorial or a quiz. So we went over the quiz. Let's go over the advertorial really quick. So I'll just show you both options. Just open up another window. So this is the advertorial. So same mini VSL, either onto a quiz or onto an advertorial. So here, why dogs develop yeast, what it means, and how to help, right? So it's really more educational style advertorials, but they're not really too long form. Pretty much, within, I think, in the lead, they already present the offer. So it's not like they take more time to educate, because again, the creatives does a lot of heavy lifting already, so it's not really necessary. So I'm sure, but they probably have split tested this a lot. So they have this is what the advertorials looks like. Again, you can also, I don't want to spend too much time on this because there's a lot of other things I wanted to cover. But one thing I also noticed is that, as you notice yourself, both the advertorial and the quiz, let me just go back here, they are standalone pages, right? So again, it's not like they're part of the website. And this is a great way to decrease the drop off, because you only give traffic a chance to either scroll through the page and click to the next step, or just leave. They cannot go on other places of the website, learn more about the about section, the mission, go on other PDPs. Like, it's either you take this action or you don't, right? Even if they click here, the about, it still drives them to order. It doesn't click, but let me just refresh this page. No, actually, I don't know if the video is going to stop, but if you click here, it basically takes them at some point of the page. So that's another thing that is really important. The older landing pages are standalone. So as I mentioned, advertorial is not too long form. Doesn't have to be, because their ads are already doing a lot of heavy lifting. Starts with education around the problem, and then offer is introduced quickly. The rest of the page is about building credibility around the offer and increasing the social proof, right? So also the quiz is comparatively shorter than other brands, with just 2 steps. So that's the second step pretty much of their funnel. So we went over the ads. People click yes, they get driven to either an advertorial or a quiz. Once they complete the quiz or they click the next step of the advertorial, it takes them to the PDP. Okay, so let's just skip here, medium, no. So as you can see, it takes us to the PDP, and this is inside their website or not. Let's see. Actually, no. As you can, I thought it was part of the website. Actually, as you can see, this is also standalone. Click benefits, it takes you here. Testimonial. So everything is on this. It's kind of a landing page, actually. It's like a PDP, like it's like a landing page. But compared to the advertorial and the quiz, the sole purpose of this page is to drive conversions and boost up the AOV and maximize the LTV from the get-go. So they have a ton of different cross sells and upsells, but basically the landing page, let's say landing page, is strictly focused on driving conversion and maximizing AOV and LTV with authority and credibility. So let me just quickly go over I just close this because we already went over this step of the funnel. So we are here, and let's just analyze this page, right? So they have, like, we first scroll down, they have some as seen on to increase our authority, what makes our probiotic unique. So again, here they're just putting their offer on the pedestal, just highlight the benefits. They already did all the education before. Now it's all about selling. What makes this unique? More bragging, and then social proof. One thing that I really like that they're doing is that instead of just doing what 90% of brands are doing, which is strictly just having reviews like this, which are great, they are also having video testimonials, edited video testimonials, right? So if you click here, as you can see, this is like they probably hopped on a call with, and this is something we do for clients as well, hopping on a Zoom or a Google Meet with your actual customers that have seen amazing transformations for your products, hitting the recording button, maybe giving them like some pointers. Hey, I would like to talk about the experience with the product. Like, can you just really explain what was the before and what's the after? How long did it take you to see the results? Then, taking the recording and slap it in sharing that with your post production team, and then turning that into an asset that you can leverage. As you can see, the person, the actual customer that talks about the transformation, and they also showing some B-rolls, some videos of the product in action. So again, this is much more powerful than just having like a written review, because they actually see the person and the product like at the same time, and it just increases the authenticity and all that stuff. So if you're on supplements, or if you have an offer that requires a lot of credibility and also social proof, just make sure that you also leverage this. Is a lot of brands do not do this, but because it's a tedious process, hopping on the call with customers and asking them to share their experience takes time, but it can go a long way. Okay. So we talked about the testimonials. What else do they have at the end of the frequently asked questions section? But as you can see, also the PDP is pretty short. And just to talk about some AOV strategies, AOV boost strategies, they have some cross sells here. Okay, you have some cross sells, so you can select this boost up the AOV. Then it goes into subscribe and save, and it again also helps the AOV. Another thing that is smart that they're doing, showing how the individual price per item decreases with each month, with each option. It's a great way to push them over the edge. So for example, here they're showing, okay, if if you buy this option, 1 tub, 3 chews, it's $29.95 per tub. If you buy the higher option, 60 chews, 2 tubs, is 23, right? So that's showing the individual price is a great strategy to just showing them that it's like a no-brainer. And then, of course, if you just buy one time, it's more expensive, but most people is happy to subscribe just to get that, the percentage off. But again, that helps greatly with increasing the AOV. They also have reiterate on the perks of subscribing, right? So why should you subscribe? Free shipping every month. So you have free shipping with the subscription, free wild card salmon bites. So they have an additional gift with the subscription, and then no contract, you can cancel with ease. So it is kind of a no-brainer for them to subscribe. But again, on the other hand, for PetLab Co, it's great to, you can only get a percentage off if you subscribe. right? No, I mean, you can also get it with the one time, but here is higher, so up to 40% off versus 25% off. But again, it doesn't just help with increasing the AOV if they select like one of these options, but also it helps with the LTV, because most people, if they like the product, their dog tries the product, they love it. Or even if they don't really like, maybe they have people have a lot of things going on. Sometimes people forget to unsubscribe, so they just get sent the product. That happened with me. I was subscribed to a supplement, and even though, yes, I was kind of seeing the results, I wasn't really seeing it was like gray area. I was still, I didn't cancel my subscription, and for over 8 months I got these supplements delivered to my door. So again, it's a great way to get them to stay and boost up the like customer lifetime value, and it's a great move from their end. Another thing here as well is, again, the authority. So recommended by vets, pet parents, people that have pets that are really like sensitive about, okay, is this recommended by an authority figure, like, is this certified? So that's why they have that's the first thing that they highlight in the tell me about. It's the vet review. And just to continue with our funnel, we talked about the subscription, we talked about the subscribe and save. Then we click. So let's say we select the second option with the subscription, we add to cart. So again, it doesn't open up the cart, it just takes us straight to checkout. So again, this just decreases the drop off. Again, this funnel is amazing. You just designed to make people purchase from in one shot. You go from you never heard about a brand to buying in one shot. So if you want to also be able to replicate this, go through this video multiple times, analyze their funnel on your end as well, because that's how you do it. They're probably spending, I don't know, of course they're spending millions of dollars a month. I don't have data of their ad account, but I believe they're probably making around minimum like 100K, 150K a day. So they're doing a great job. And if you want to know how to do it, this is a great example. So checkout is really simple. They have more order bumps here, as you can see. You can add just to increase the AOV. And let's say we add it here. So the AOV is increased. And what else do we have? Congrats again. They reiterate on the perks of being a subscriber, just to again decrease the drop off. So the whole purpose of this is just decreasing the drop off, people clicking off, and increasing the average order value, and just showing them that why it's a no brainer to be a subscriber, like why it's a no brainer to purchase from them. So this is it. And then one other thing that they're doing as well is they have delivery options. And it might sound like this is like something small that is not necessary to do, but at scale, because they're of course operating at scale, it makes a huge difference. So delivery options, you have either standard delivery or faster delivery, and it's like for $6 you can get things delivered within 1 or 2 business days versus 3 to 5 business days. And it might again not be make a big difference if we're talking about like 10 conversions, but if you're talking about tens of thousands of conversions, that can result into an additional multiple 5 or even 6 figures in profit at the end of the year, right? So great way to just increase your profits without any necessarily heavy effort. So we talked about delivery options, and then after we have the either your purchase. So if you don't purchase, there's an email flow. I'm not going to go over that, but they have an email flow that just takes people back to the cart. And if the purchase is done, another great thing that they're doing is that they are running post-purchase ads. And this is basically an ad where the founder just thanks people for the recent purchase. Thank you so much for being a customer, and invites them into their group, their private community of PetLab Co's customers. And the community is great because it allows the customers to unlock special perks like discounts on future offers, as well as it allows PetLab Co to collect data from their customers, which is the most important thing if you want to improve your product, if you want to figure out what your audience wants. Collecting data from them and having them into like a narrow group, it's amazing. So a lot of brands are not doing this. Of course, it takes a long time to set it up, but they have like a Facebook group, PetLab Co Pet Parents Community official Facebook group. So there's 124,000 members. They probably have coordinators in there that just constantly engage with the community. And again, also when they have drops, they can just simply go in there. Hey guys, we're dropping this product. Since you're a existing customer, you get a percentage off, and they have a ton of people buying, right? So that's pretty much it for their funnel. we went over the ad. We went from the ad up until the post purchase. It's a 20-minute video. Make sure to rewatch it a few times. I'm not going to keep it longer than this. Thank you so much for watching the video. Make sure to drop a like if you enjoyed it and subscribe if you're not subscribed. I'm also going to leave a link below to follow me on Instagram. You can just drop me a DM in case you have any questions. Also going to drop a link to join my newsletter. There's about 6,000 D2C operators that open my emails on a daily basis. I share a lot of insights around how we are helping our 8 and 9-figure clients scale with performance creators and funnels. And I'm also going to drop a link to join our private ecom mastermind. And it's a super high level tight mastermind where, again, we share in-depth strategies and courses and programs around how our process works for creatives and how we make ads at scale to up to 10K per day profitably, right? Everything pulled from ad accounts from our clients, stuff that has worked for us, case studies, everything is shared inside our community. So feel free to check it out. But yeah, see you next time, and thanks for watching.